Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money, sucks about us?
Well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. Hi.
Hi. Hello?
That was like when you say hello to someone and they're looking out the window.
Hello?
Hi.
Welcome to the Tarot Show.
We're doing it again.
We're doing another little mini ep card deep dive.
Yeah, this time we're going to take it down to the Ace of Wands. Take you down to Ace of Wands Town.
Bring it on down to Ace of Wands.
Hannah, remember? Not to derail immediately, but remember when we were in Vegas and you and I were singing Bring It On Down to Almaville kind of a lot? It was like in our heads.
Yes.
And this was recent, by the way. This was what, 2022?
Yeah, this is the last time we were in Vegas.
Yeah. And we're walking out, we're checking out. We're walking out of our room down the long hallway to the elevator. This very tall casino. And you sang Bring It On Down to Almaville. And some man near the elevators started laughing.
His laugh echoed through the corridor.
It was so commonplace to you and me, and it really caught him off guard. Yeah.
Why were we singing that? We are not, to be clear, not Justin Timberlake fans.
No.
He is the villain.
I think it was a funny. I think maybe when we went to the buffet.
Oh.
And I've had it in my head before.
Yeah.
And then, someone sang it. I blame myself since I have a habit of doing that to profess my JT love. Just kidding.
No.
Not him. Anyways, the Ace of Wands.
Yes. So, yeah, we'll be going through, I think we're going to do the aces and then we'll cycle through the major arcana. But the Ace of Wands is part of the suit of wands in the minor arcana. But before we get into that, I think we're doing it quick and dirty, so we don't have to do a whole thing. We got to cleanse our bodies.
Yeah, we, in our regular shows, cleanse the deck that we use to read tarot. We cleanse the space, and we cleanse our bodies with a shot. And in this one, we just cleanse our bodies with a shot. Mm-hmm. So, Hannah, from the womb
to the tomb.
Okay. That's a spicy meatball. Bring it on down to Amleville.
Bring it on down to Amleville. Yeah! That rocks.
Okay, great. Now I feel cleansed with that fireball coursing through my veins. And I feel good and ready to get into, we always do a little quick and dirty blessings and curses too at the top of our show. Drop into our magic a little bit. And they're very small. They're not meant to be big. Hannah, do you have a blessing on mind?
I do. I want to bless when Anna Faris in the House Bunny, someone says, "Hi, I'm Harmony." And her tactic to remember names is to say their name in a demon voice. She's like, "Hi, I'm Harmony." And then she goes, "Harmony." I just made me think of it.
We bless that. And now Hannah ceremoniously lights a candle as the blessing enters the world.
And Anna Faris in general.
Yeah, I would like to. I mean, that movie was so funny.
Yes.
The House Bunny is funny.
House Bunny's funny.
And it holds up pretty well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it super recently. Not as recently as I sang Bring It On Down to Omeleteville, but I have seen it like in the last 5 years, and I remember it being pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's a good little rewatch. Okay, blessings to Anna Faris.
Okay. Thanks, Anna. Stay strong.
I would like to bless when you get instructions for something and it has 3 different languages in it along with English. And it's like your own little Rosetta Stone. And you're like, I'm going to learn a word.
Oh my God, you're like an international bitch.
That's me.
That's you.
International bitch. Also that you're a little like national treasury, you know what I mean? And you can kind of like piece the words together. And there's the added bonus if you're like me and you're reading the instructions and you're like, wow, these are a lot of instructions. And then you're like, just kidding. It's only a fourth of as long as I thought it was.
They're just being inclusive.
They're just being inclusive.
And it's not as long.
Right.
That's really beautiful, Dickie.
Oh, thanks. I think both of them were beautiful. Well,
Bless it.
To the instructions. And now I will light my little candle. I like that you can hear the barbecue lighter in the distance.
Click, click. Boom.
A
All
great
right.
karaoke song, by the way.
Oh, that is a good karaoke song.
All right, curses.
Curses.
Let's get down to it.
Okay. Okay. I want to curse when people say over exaggerate. Just say exaggerate. And if you want to illustrate how much something was exaggerated, you could say very exaggerated,
Yeah.
greatly exaggerated.
Right.
Over exaggerated, stop saying that. Just say exaggerate means to exaggerate, to make something bigger than it was.
Yeah, like maybe if you over exaggerated it, you exaggerated it so much that you didn't exaggerate it anymore.
Right.
Yeah. You like lost the plot.
You lost the plot. You're lost in the sauce, babe, and I don't know how to help you. So stop saying it.
Nice.
Thanks.
And may the curse enter the world on the backs of angels. I'm going to curse. It's kind of similar.
Oh.
I'm going to curse when you post a screenshot and your battery's low and people respond with 6%,
Oh my God.
low battery, charge your phone. Yeah, I know. I even had to screenshot something and I took, so of course I looked at it, but also I have eyes too. I know.
Worry about yourself.
Clever girl. She said ironically.
Shut up, hack.
Yeah. It's just that thing, like, I feel like maybe when we all first had iPhones, okay.
Right.
But at this point, it's like, you just know. It's like, and the point is not, okay, great. Like, pull my pigtail, I guess. But, like, good Lord, you know? And at some point, get new material.
Yeah.
And I think I'm particularly cursing it because she's always in the red.
Mm-hmm.
She be what she be.
You're busy. You're booked and busy. You're on the phone.
Yes, I'm on the phone. I'm not charging it. Charge it, honey.
Charge it, honey. Ooh.
Cursed.
That's good. Cursed. Get them.
Curse the only followers who respond to my stories. Just shitty guys being like, hey. I'm like, I curse you.
Harmony.
All right, well, back to the matter at hand.
Back to the matter at hand.
If you have pulled the Ace of Wands and need a deeper dive on it, or you just are kind of learning along with us, we'll talk about the Ace of Wands. We'll talk about some of the another hilarious word, symbology, the symbolism on the card. We'll talk about its use in a love spread too, because I do feel like a lot of people, at least when I was learning tarot, that was what we were always looking up. And also just the general vibes of it, upright, reverse, and some of the astrology of it too.
Yeah.
So what do you want to, should we just do with a little overview of what you pull the Ace of Wands? What are we talking about?
Yeah. So maybe we should start with talking about, so the ace is the first card of the suit of wands.
Yes.
And so there are 4 suits in the major arcana: wands, pentacles, cups, and swords. And so we've talked about pentacles, which is like earth, associated with earth signs, about like tangible practical matters. And wands are all about growth and inspiration, ambition, and they are aligned with the element of fire. So they coordinate with fire signs.
I would also say, as we have said on the Ace of Pentacles, aces tend to coordinate, at least in our research, with the cardinal signs, since they are the first cards of the deck. So we have been associating this card with Aries and the planet of Mars, its ruling planet. And generally just the new things, starts big potential, new areas, new inspirations, new adventures.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Ace of Wands in particular is about like breakthroughs, epiphanies, and like the kind of like idea or inspiration that can change your reality.
Yeah.
Like the wand is like a magic thing that like.
No, I think of it like how we talk about being bonked. Mm-hmm. Like when, which is a phrase we have used, you, me, and Jess have used about when like in therapy, your therapist says something and it like hits you out of nowhere and you're like, oh my God, yeah, and I got bonked today, you know. But you can also be bonked in just regular matters. But this card tends to bonk you and be like, hey, like you're about to get bonked, and like the stick can be, you know, for boldness. It can be for a creativity type of stick. It can be sort of a go out there and get it sort of bonk. But I do think it's sort of like, shoo, go.
Yeah.
You know, a big resounding yes.
Yes. It's like lighting the fire under your ass.
Yeah. It's hella endorsement.
Yeah. It's when Rafiki hits Simba with his wand.
Yes.
And what's the song he sings? He's like, hush banana,
Squash
squash banana.
banana.
Yeah. That's what that is. And he's like, go run to Pride Rock right now.
Yeah. You're a whole new, everything you can, as far as the eye can see, it's all about to be yours. So you gotta go.
You almost said a whole new world.
That's Aladdin. I almost said every Disney. It is the Disney 100th. So
Wow.
yeah, the 100th anniversary was on Monday, I believe. It was Monday.
Oh my
So
God.
Disney turned 100.
Old.
Old head.
Old head. Disney's such an old head.
But yeah, I also think too that sometimes the stick can be not just a bonk, but almost as if it's been like pulled out of the dam, and it's sort of like, here we go, like, you know, whatever was holding you back can like unleash in a flood at this point.
Cool.
And if maybe you were in a rut, now it's like you're back out in the fields running.
Yes. I guess if we should get into some of the like imagery and
Yeah,
the
let's do
symbols
that.
on the card. So speaking of, you know, like growth and transformation, there's like budding leaves on the wand, and as with fire too, that's a transformative element. So I think when you get lots of wands in a reading, that means like there's lots of change a coming.
Yes. I mean, I think too that even the wand itself is reminiscent of a magic wand, as like sometimes as simple as it is. I think I forget that. And it is like, yeah, like hold your own magic stick that you can like use to sort of channel this energy. And that the wand itself can also, sometimes the wands are called rods as
Right.
well. And so it is sort of like maybe reminiscent of a spine in a way.
Oh.
And it's like now, like there's a bravery and a courage that I think is
Cool.
evoked by even just the big line down the center of the card. Another thing I found really interesting is that it's a gray background with sort of stormy gray clouds that the hand is coming out of. And that to me sort of represents like a neutrality. It's not necessarily like, while this is a very optimistic card, it's like the setting it's in is neither bad nor good. So it could be like creativity and something that it doesn't have a definition yet.
Right.
It's a little bit empty, open space.
Oh, cool. And it's like, it's kind of up to you
Yes.
to like make something of it.
Yes. This other piece I was reading to you earlier, Hannah, said that if you look at the gesture of the hand in across the four aces in the tarot deck, in the Ace of Wands and the swords, the hand is upright and the fist is closed. This is an active gesture, which indicates one should grab what is on offer or make it happen by taking action. However, like on the Ace of Cups and Pentacles, the palm is open and facing upwards, implying you should be open to receiving what is being offered.
Oh.
So kind of a little bit more of a forceful.
Right. Like our active versus sort of passive
Yeah.
in a way, maybe.
Yeah. The male end of the plug versus the female end of the plug.
Right. And because like fire is associated with like the male, like Leo and Mars. Of course, that's, you know, in a very binary sense. But I think when we talk about like femininity and masculinity in tarot, it's not really about gender.
No.
It's about, I guess, different energies.
I would say so. I think too, it's also just anything that helps you kind of like understand contextually
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to as highly specific as like physical gender.
Right.
Do you want to talk too about the like river and the little castle on the back, these like
Yeah.
mountains and stuff?
Yes. And also I want to say one thing about the leaves. There's some leaves that are falling off. And because this card is associated with Aries, which is the cardinal fire sign, which kind of is all about spring and like spring being new ideas and new growth, the falling leaves are a reminder that fall is coming and that this opportunity won't last forever.
Take it while you can.
Yeah, it's like the spark of inspiration. Take advantage of it.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem.
Or as we say when we wear denim, carpe
Carpe
denim.
denim.
Okay. That's really beautiful, actually. I do think, yeah, it's like the life is practically like exploding off of the stick, shall we say. It's funny. I was telling Hannah that I had also found some combinations. And when the Ace of Wands is with the Empress, it tends to maybe represent pregnancy or birth. And there's something, again, to go towards the like new life sort of aspect of this card.
And then the ruins of the castle in the background represent like outdated thinking, old models of doing, boundaries that you are going to overcome
Sort of
or
like
grow out of.
like Kansas in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Your black and white world versus your world in color.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, that's good. Any more on the symbolism that I might have missed?
I think we kind
In
of
this firecracker of a card.
She's crazy.
She is crazy. I would also say too, you know, one of the other things I will say just overarchingly about this card is that there is an element of luck to it. I think that she's sort of a lucky card, and there's something about her too that says like, if you go, like, trust in it, you know?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Well, should we talk about maybe pulling it reversed or pulling it in a like romantic or love?
Let's do
spread?
reversey first.
Yeah. Well, my feeling is if it's reversed, it's still, as all aces are, significant and I think ultimately positive. I think maybe if it's reversed, it speaks to maybe you not knowing where to start or having a problem and not having it, but like the idea is there.
Yeah, I think it feels like in the dark when you're looking around for your phone in your bed. And that, but also I would also put on there, maybe there's a little element of the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
The fear of sudden change and what might happen. There's not very many options. But yeah, for me overall, when it's reversey, it looks like maybe you're in a slump.
Yeah. And like the solution is to just go with the information you have and just if you don't know where to start, just start doing something.
Yeah.
And the answers and the ideas will come. But
Achievable goals.
yes, it's just about, I think, sparking action.
Yeah. Taking that first step, even if it is in the dark. Yeah. And then if this isn't a love spread, like say, and I love putting myself in these shoes, we're doing a love spread for me, and this is pulled as the partner that perhaps I might, you know, see at some point, or that might be coming into my life. What would you say?
Sorry to take a drink. Okay. If I was pulling this for you and this represented a person, I would say that this is someone that you have a lot of sexual chemistry with, a lot of passion. Also, I think with this, a wand card in a love reading, and especially an ace, like it's like a new beginning that's like maybe feels like serendipitous or very like swept up, romantic.
Yeah.
Burns bright and hot.
It definitely came out of the blue. I think that's the other element we didn't really talk about earlier, but all these aces with the hand coming out of a cloud, it is sort of like the hand of God. And it is not something that you necessarily plan for. It just sort of here inspiration has struck. And I do think too, there's something about, I believe in French, they call it a coup de foudre, which is like when it's like a thunderclap of like kind of being like love struck.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that in a love spread, it can also represent maybe a breakthrough after a little another slump,
Yeah.
another type of slump, and that maybe you're taking a chance on a different kind of person.
Yes, I was gonna say it's definitely. I would say it's not someone from your past,
Right.
because I think this is a card and a suit all about like looking forward.
It's a rookie coming to the baseball team,
Yeah.
joining the roster.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe one of the pitfalls would be, is this something that's going to burn hot and then flame out?
Yes.
I would question the longevity of it.
I would say that almost always when you pull this ace too is like there's the shadow side of it is a little like, how do you sustain? How do we keep the rocket in the air once we've sort of
Yes.
had takeoff? But yeah,
Yes.
especially in a love reading, and especially too if you get it with some other cards that have a lot of energy to them.
Yes.
You might want to get, if you get some earth in there, maybe that'll help you out.
Yeah, because you need to be careful to stay grounded and keep feet on the ground, because I think you can get swept up or
in the physicality.
in the physicality of it, or
'Cause
the
you get
story of
nasty.
it, or
You're telling yourself nasty stories.
you're being a nasty. You're telling yourself pervy little stories. You nasty
you're,
pervert.
You're putting your hand on the wand and leaves are practically exploding out of it.
cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool to
That
me.
sounds cool.
Yeah, I would do that. I'm not above that. I would also, that kind of reminds me that there is a little bit of a machismo to this card, along with like the element of like libido.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where the bravery and the courage inherent in the card comes from. And
Yes.
what we were talking to earlier about not necessarily like physical gender, but this masculine kind of like fearlessness and aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yes.
To take it to the Lion King, pinned ya. Pinned ya again.
So is the song of this card, "Can You Feel the Love Tonight"?
It is to me.
Yeah.
I hear it echoing in the chambers of my mind.
Loins.
And loins. I hear it in the
In
definite chambers,
of
dude.
my-
Harry Potter and the chambers of secrets of my loins. Of my loins. Yeah. Definitely that. I was just organizing my thoughts in the very echoey chambers of my brain,
I love it.
of my mind. The last thing I will say about this card, which I think is important to keep in mind when it gets pulled in a spread, is that we have talked about how the aces, like the major arcana, can be really sort of definitive cards of a spread. And there's something about the Ace of Wands that will push past maybe more negative cards if they come forward. So like if you pull a spread and there's like a little bit, you're getting sort of a little bit of a bad feeling, but this card comes in, I do think it's like, hey, it sort of shines a big light.
Yes.
It's gonna be okay.
Yes. It does feel like the sort of this like charismatic, like, it's okay, baby. Like, don't worry. Like like a street smart
Yeah, you're like,
little alley cat comes on, like, don't worry, babe. Don't worry about it. It's like, oh my God.
follow you, okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, and they're like picking through
Yeah.
the little street corners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Off we go. Oh, hi, Lyle.
Oh,
Sorry, my other cat has come to sit on my lap.
wow.
He's like, are you talking about street smart cats?
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. I fall off tables and I go, oof.
Oh, like a little sack of potatoes. God bless him.
He really is. Oh, he's trying to get into this. He's smelling the mic.
Do you want to say something?
Meow.
Say something.
No, he's shy.
Oh, he's shy.
He's shy. He's my second child. he's larger than Hunk, but less aggressive, less Ace of Wands.
Yes.
What kind of card would you say Lyle has energy of?
I think Lyle, I think he's a cup. I think he's like 6 of cups.
Oh, the little childlike
yeah,
card.
he's like a little baby.
He is like that. Like if you could put cats in little funny hats and they would keep them on,
Mm-hmm.
that would be Lyle.
Mm-hmm.
He'd wear like a little pointy sort of
Mhm.
clown hat for
Mhm.
sure. And he's like, let me pick the daisies and make a little
Yeah.
crown
Keep
for
to
my
himself.
mommy. Yeah.
It's like if like your parents are having a dinner party, Lyle's the one that doesn't come down, except for like one time he comes down to get a glass of water. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Hey, Lyle, like what grade are you starting next year?" And he's like, "I don't know." Hi. And meanwhile, Hunk would be the kid that comes down and like has a choreographed dance.
Yeah, exactly. Hunk's like, okay, this is my Paula Abdul like rendition, and I'm being both the street smart cat and Paula.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to the bathroom later and you
Mhm.
go past the stairs, you see little Lyle's eyes like looking down. He's like on the stairs, like kind of watching the show.
Yes.
And then he like quickly like darts away.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, okay. Creepy little kid.
Yep.
That's my baby.
Little creepy boy.
Those are my babies. Anything more on the Ace of Wands hand?
No, I think we kind of covered it.
Yeah, I guess go listen to Alan Menken's The Lion and Elton John's Tour de Force, the Lion King soundtrack.
And go after your dreams?
Yeah, I guess if we're really going to say what the card is saying is, baby, it's your time.
You're a firework. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Well,
Well,
good
don't.
news. Well, stop doing that.
Because you're not.
Okay. Okay. Do you ever feel like a waste of space?
No, you shouldn't.
Don't do that
Because you're not.
because you're a firework.
Baby, you're a firework.
We're stupid.
We're having a good time.
Yeah, that's true.
We pulled the Ace of Wands ourselves and we said, okay, we'll just do that.
Yeah, we'll just do a podcast. Baby, you're a firework. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Yeah.
Hannah,
Sorry. Like a plastic bag. Yeah.
like a plastic baguette.
Like a plastic baguette.
I mean, no, it's closer. I feel like a real baguette sometimes.
Oh, I want a baguette.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All crunchy.
Butter and salt.
Doesn't the Ace of Wands kind of look like a baguette?
It does.
I'm like, why did we think that? And it's like, oh.
Carbs. Yum.
You're all right, you guys. Well, I think we covered it.
Time to hit the dusty trail.
Time to go watch Yellowstone again.
Yeah, we're still watching. If you guys listen to, if you guys listened to the last episode and you heard about, remember, enemies make a direct hit on the ranch. Oh my god.
Are you in store for the enemies continue to make hits on the ranch? They made hits on the family.
It's crazy.
And it wasn't the enemies that you expected. It was
was
other
scary.
enemies. Anyways, I gotta go watch John Dutton make a direct hit on his enemies.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be on the ranch.
No.
Although he said he welcomed it. He said he would leave the fence open and they could walk onto his ranch if they wanted.
Stand his ground.
Yeah, that's what's boots heavily
Mama.
implied. All right, well,
Time to get out of here.
hey, thanks for hanging with us. Truly, thank you for hanging
Yeah,
with us.
thank you. Please don't leave.
From the womb.
To the gym.
Adios. Goodbye.
Hasta luego.
Baby. You're a firework.
Toot, toot.